What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Gentleman Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me are two familiar faces of John and Chrissy.
Hello.
Hello. Tonight's topic is impactful video game characters, and I guess I need to be a bit more specific with that because that's kind of broad. We'll be talking about characters that have had some kind of impact in some kind of way, either culturally, personally, emotionally, and that sort of thing.
Yes.
Yes. So, that's the whole idea for tonight. So,
Feelings and sharing.
feelings and sharing. So, how are you fine gentlemen on this evening?
Good.
Better than ever.
Awesome. So, I guess let's get the easy category out of the way. Just throw it out there, right? The timeless classical characters that everybody and their mother will recognize.
That our mothers will even recognize.
That our mothers even recognize, yes.
Oh, that's Mario in
Ex-
Sonic.
That's
Sonic.
Oh, it's Mario. You used to play that all the time. It's Sonic. It's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I remember watching you play that, and I remember watching you play Super Mario World and get mad and throw a controller at the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Ma. I was 3.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's your Sonic, Mario, Mega Man, Link.
Yeah, Sonic.
Basically.
As I put it, any damned Nintendo title character.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Crash Bandicoot's just as iconic. No.
You know, I could see the argument.
He's had 2 games.
Yeah, there were a few
And
of them.
has not been a thought in Sony's mind ever since.
Yeah, but back in the day, he was just as popular.
Yeah, he was.
I'll let Spyro have it, because at least Spyro's been in Skylanders, but
Yeah.
there's those idiot fanboys who are just like, no, he matters to me. It's like,
Well,
I understand.
He can matter to people, John. Don't
but-
take away from them.
Don't stand him next to Mario and act like that's the same thing. 'Cause it's not.
You're right.
no, it's not.
Mario's more of a psychopath.
Mario is more of a psychopath.
Much crazier.
There was a comic I saw recently of him, Mario. He's playing tennis, he's playing baseball, he's playing soccer, he's racing karts, he's doing all these fun things in the not standard Mario games. And then it cuts to Peach tied up, and Bowser's just like, maybe he's just not coming this time.
That's very funny.
But yeah, Mario's a psychopath. That's the whole reason I went on to that little anecdote.
Yeah, and I think, in terms of that classic characters, you gotta throw a Link in there. At least for me.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
A lot
Link,
of people
Mega
too,
Man, Samus.
Mega Man, Samus,
but Lara
Link.
Croft, I see that's down there.
Yeah, I put Lara Croft and Gordon Freeman down there because I know a lot of people identify with Lara Croft. Well, not identify with, but appreciate her as a pretty iconic game character. Right there.
Oh, there's one.
There's one.
Before I ever had any consoles or anything like that, I had PC games.
Mhm.
And the biggest one, not necessarily the biggest one, but it was for me. And especially because all the ones I played didn't have, like, strong characters. I played Descent and, like, things that... Doom, Doom, he's a character, but you don't get to know him at all.
He's just a nameless soldier who shoots people.
Yeah, exactly. You got to know Lara Croft. You got to lock her butler in a freezer. Like she was the first video game character that I was like, you're cool. Won't be you.
I mean,
Shoot with Uzis.
I guess that says something to storytelling and everything like that. Like, you get to know a character versus, let's say Doom. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think if the original Doom had a story, like, and that character had a backstory and everything, I never knew it.
Yeah, it was just like, you want to kill these things, right? You want to run around this hellscape and kill them.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm Hell Trooper number 5. I kill things from hell.
Yeah.
Kill things from hell, yes.
What else did you need back then?
No,
Honestly.
you didn't need anything.
No, you really didn't. They were trying to make a fun and, addictive gameplay experience. And I mean,
I sat there and played Asteroids for hours, and that was just a triangle shooting circles.
you really
There you
didn't
go.
need much
Need
story
much.
with that. No, you didn't. But I mean, then you did start getting characters that were, backed up by some epic storytelling, like Gordon Freeman.
And
Is
he
an
never
example.
said a damn word.
He didn't say a fucking thing. But
Yeah.
you know what? There he is. He's this badass, legendary hero scientist who, like, really, like, you come in, you play Half-Life. That's a great game. You come into Half-Life 2, and everybody is hailing Gordon Freeman as the hero. Like, why? How does anybody know about what he did?
Yeah.
Like, really? How is he such this epic hero? But
Stories and trans-dimensional shit.
mm-hmm. So now that we've got the iconic stuff done with, I mean, we can come back to this if we need to.
Yeah, because I think we'll talk more about personal stuff
Mhm.
later.
You know who's
Not-
sneaking up on the iconic stuff?
Shovel Knight is sneaking up. He's kind of become almost the face for indie games.
At this point, yeah.
He's getting there. Yeah, but I guess that's just a testament to good gameplay or good game design. All right, on to the next topic or the next category: characters that I put characters that elicit an emotional response. Now, by that I mean you mention this character's name and someone is gonna be like, yeah, or like ah, or like, yeah, fuck that,
Or,
something like that. And
you're sad.
the number one that I thought of that, gave me that moment in the initial was the Big Daddy from fucking BioShock.
Yeah. They were especially in that. I mean, I was terrified of them from that trailer, right? Where, like, I think it was the first trailer we saw of Bioshock, where it was, like, drilling through the guy's hand, and it was like,
Yeah, no, that was a
ugh,
full
ugh.
trailer.
Yeah.
Just awful.
That was
Effective-
horrifying.
Effective advertising, they hyped them up pretty good, and then the first couple of times you fight them, you are woefully unprepared, and they're a decent fight.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
after 50 times, they they lose their appeal after 50 times, I guess. But still, you mention it, everybody
I
remembers.
don't know. Even towards the end, like, I always approach them with caution. Like, do I really
Do I really need to
want to
kill
mess
him?
with you right now? Do I have the energy?
Do I have to kill you?
Man, that game as a whole was just like, it got me.
Another
Yeah,
example of
it's-
effective storytelling, I guess.
I don't think any Bioshock game could ever come close to the atmosphere of one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the other two just didn't quite catch it the same way.
Yeah, and as much as I like the story of Infinite, it's just like nowhere near
Oh no, it's a different game.
it. Yeah, they're very different games.
The mechanics are pretty different. I mean,
Right.
the setting in your literally could not be more different. You know,
Bees.
bees in the sky. And I know bees in that, but then we got crows instead of bees. So I'm
Yeah, there were
sure.
crows instead of bees.
Yeah,
But I mean, I guess on the Bioshock line, I would say Elizabeth had a pretty big impact on me because, for a little while she was just a Disney princess, misguided and foolish through the world, and then she murdered somebody.
yeah, Disney princess
then-
goes
so-
out the window then.
Display her boobs.
She just strapped on mommy's corset. Uh,
Found it in the back of the airship.
Whoops.
Well,
Hey, did you know I had these? I didn't know.
I think she knew somewhere. She had the idea. So, yeah, that was the first example that came to mind. Was the Big Daddy, because just how it fit, the first couple times you fought it. But I know this one is going to be a crowd favorite, and that is HK-47 from Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, the assassin droid.
Meatbags.
Meatbags.
It's like because the example I read, this is a while ago in an article I read probably about a year ago. It's like C-3PO, except he's a murdering sociopath.
I bet I'd like him better. I can't stand CP3O though, that's me.
Greetings, my name is C-3PO, Human-Cyborg Relations. I am programmed for etiquette and murder.
Murder.
Oh, so sorry.
Wait, what was that droid in the Darth Vader comic? Because
I
he's kind of the
don't
same thing.
remember his
I don't
name.
remember his name, but
He's
he's
programmed for.
basically
I am
he's
programmed.
literally murder C-3PO.
He is programmed for etiquette, protocol, and torture.
Yeah, like he goes to shake, like, I would like to shake your hand. And they're like, whoa, 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 hey, reprogram us as your masters. Oh, sorry then, don't shake my hand. He was going to electrocute the shit out of them if they shook his hand. So, yeah, but yeah, HK-47, he was like a Jedi hunter. So, like,
Yeah, the HK stood for Hunter Killer.
yeah, he's scary.
Scary assassin droid. But everybody loves him just because of the
Put him in
wittiness.
X-Wing.
Shit out of you.
Yeah, it's just more his personality, because people have tried to copy that sort of character, just never has the original effect that he did. I mean, shit,
Yeah.
BioWare even tried to copy that character with Dragon Age, with Shale, the Golem. Same kind of malaise, I guess, for life or whatever.
I just want you to know that the HK, there are generic HK assassin droids in Imperial Assault.
Oh, lovely.
Should you ever want to play that game. Just as an aside.
Oh, lovely.
But, yeah. I mean, he kind of like, I guess I'm trying to think of like a more modern version of him. Like maybe the Psychos from Borderlands. You know,
Yeah.
they like to call you Meat Bicycle. So
I have the shiniest meat bicycle. Yeah.
that's the closest analog I can think of.
I mean, moving down the list before I ask for other personal submissions, we got Pyramid Head from Silent Hill.
I don't want to talk about it.
This is just one I was looking through.
Here's me not talking about it.
Good man.
Never played a Silent Hill game in my life.
Yeah, no, he's well, you know, it's Hideo Kojima, so you know, he does horror really well.
He does immersive stories really well.
Yeah, that too.
And throws the horror at you. This one hit me in the side of the head because hey, I play a lot of Warcraft. Illidan and/or Arthas, both really identifiable characters.
Yeah. Two like kind of fallen heroes, basically.
Pretty much doing things for. They both have, if you think about it, a somewhat similar story. They're doing things for what they think is the greater good. And, not necessarily. Winds up working out for themselves.
Actually pretty good.
No.
I mean, Arthas's arc very much mirrors like Anakin's arc, I would say. You know, starts off as a paladin, the lightest of the light, and ends up being a Death Knight, the darkest of the dark. So,
yeah.
I mean,
he starts off a champion of the light, winds up commanding the armies of the undead,
and then becoming the Lich King,
like
and trying to destroy the world,
becoming the embodiment of the undead, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, and that's. And Illidan I think, was a little more interesting because he had the story with, like, you know, he was always jealous of his brother because he got the girl that he loved.
Jealous of his brother for getting the girl, trying to, serve, I guess you could say, the light. It wasn't actually the light, but, serve the greater good while battling while battling an addiction.
Yeah.
Because very much, like many night elves of the time, he is addicted to magic. And he couldn't live without it.
Right.
Which...
And then he went to Sargeras' tomb, right? And then he sucked up that soul stone, and...
there were a lot of,
A lot of bad things. He got very demonic for a demon hunter.
He actually outright became a demon at one point.
Yeah.
And while on this list of characters, any major character from a Final Fantasy game?
Yeah.
That's funny because, actually, with the exception of, Titus, who gave me many a feel. It was always the side characters that gave me more feels than the main characters.
I gotta agree with you on that one. I did not give two shits about Squall.
I didn't even.
Yeah, but he was, yeah, he was Squall.
Yeah.
He had a sword that had bullets in it.
Yes, he had a gun blade. Because
Shot the blade so it vibrated, guys.
how do we top Cloud and his giant Buster sword? We got a guy with a sword that has a gun in it.
Doesn't shoot bullets.
And then you have Zidane that has two teeny tiny knives.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, Zidane had like teeny tiny knives.
By the
But
way,
Zidane's also a rogue.
Final
He
Fantasy
wasn't,
IX is...
a fighter like.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
previous
no.
two games were.
I mean, if you had to throw like a Final Fantasy class at them, they would have been like a knight,
Yeah.
like Cloud and Squall.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, actually, 9 just came out for mobile. Funny enough.
I won't play it on my phone.
But like for me at least, because I've seen 7 played. I don't remember it that well, honestly. But Titus's story I remember a lot because that was just, I mean, when you found out like he's not real, he doesn't exist, he's just a dream. It's like
there was a feels moment.
I was like, oh my god. It's like you don't like Aura doesn't exist. He's been dead for years. I'm just like I want to die myself.
He's a yeah.
I can't explain why this always happens with me in Final Fantasy, but there's always a character in every one that I hate for no reason. Auron was the one in 10. I had absolutely no reason to hate him.
He was my favorite.
He's probably a really cool guy, but in the moment of playing the game, I hated him.
He just picks up his sword and drops it on people. How could you not like that?
You're all gonna call me a blasphemer, but in 7 it was Aerith or whatever. I fucking hated her.
I didn't like her either.
Fucking hated her. And when she, the spoilers.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you can spoil.
Everyone knows what happens to her.
Yeah, she dies, guys.
I clapped.
And see, I mean,
I didn't care much for her. I like Barrett and Vincent.
Yeah.
Barrett definitely.
Barrett, yeah, I agree.
Vincent just looked. He was pre-Dante.
He was pre-Dante, yeah.
That's true.
I mean, a lot of, I have this on my list. A lot of people list Aeris's or Aerith, whichever version of the game you played. I think it was Aerith in Japanese and Eris in the US.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not 100% on that one. Her death is one of the more major events people talk about when they're talking about like feels moments.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the first major characters who got killed off like in the game, and there was no coming back from it.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, she's dead. Story dead.
Yeah.
Not, use a phoenix down dead.
Yeah. She died in a cutscene. She's dead for real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Dead in the cutscene, dead for real.
Around.
But
yeah.
I mean, back to 10. That was like, that's a moment. My wife tells the story a couple times whenever Final Fantasy X comes up. She played the game, when it was current-ish, and her mom watched her play the game every day. And then when they finally got to the end, the both of them were bawling their eyes out.
Yeah.
I'll admit it, a manly tear was shed. More than a few. I got emotionally invested in that fucking story. And then all of a sudden, it's like, why?
It's like, okay, we have to go kill the thing that's making us exist, so... Okay, bye. Yes.
For the greater good.
Shockingly, it reminds me of Star Ocean. Which one was it for the PS2 that we played? And
Till the End of Time.
To the End of Time, where they didn't exist either. They were just characters in an MMO.
They were all MMO characters.
Yeah.
They were the NPCs.
They were the NPCs in an MMO. They didn't know it, which was hilarious. But at one point in the game, like they wiped the server because the game's ending.
Well,
and which is like these giant fucking winged beasts. Like
what happened was, the NPCs became self-aware and started realizing shit was a little weird. Like they started figuring out how to manipulate reality, aka use game master hacks. So they're like,
Dimension door.
Yeah, it's like, we're just gonna close, and the game creators like, we're just gonna close off this section of the game, so this like server shard, aka the Milky Way galaxy, and we're gonna delete it.
Yeah, And
Yeah.
then it was this interesting thought experiment that came up because you just are left in nothing with Fate's voice, the main character. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Spelled with a Y.
I mean,
Um,
the final boss is the game's creator.
yeah, which is hilarious.
Because you want to stop him from deleting you, but
Right.
you fail. Spoiler.
And yeah, you don't win.
No, that game was that was another. I didn't even put that on my list, but that game was a fucking mind fuck right there.
I mean, yeah, and I loved Fate. Like he reminded me a lot of Claude from the second Star Ocean. That was right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I loved Claude. So, like Fate was the same fighting style, and he was kind of a cool guy, and he could cast Dimension Door.
Young, selfless hero type.
Fucking love that.
Dimension Dude.
And then he's like, well, if this thought of me, if I'm thinking, and if I think, I exist. So, like, I think, therefore I am. And then suddenly everything existed again. I was like, dude, am I just a brain in a jar? Do I just think I exist? You know, like I had like that moment at the age of like, I don't know, what were we, like 14?
14, 15, something like that.
It was a good thought to have in high school.
Yeah, yeah, really.
Yeah, there was some mind fuckery. I can't believe I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, we experienced that together, me and you, I think.
Yeah, that was...
We just looked at each other like, what the fuck
it's like,
just happened?
Mm-hmm. It's like, congratulations, welcome to fourth dimensional space. Where's the fourth dimension? It does not look any weirder than it should. Oh, no, that's just what you call it. This is the real world, bitch. Delete button.
Yeah.
Scared. Thank you.
No, it would be as if what's, I guess, the most played MMO right now, World of Warcraft. It would be as if the NPCs became self-aware.
Yeah.
And started trying to kill their creators.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. So, I was going to ask if there were any characters you wanted to add to that, and John did that masterfully.
They weren't even on my list, but anyway.
Well, I mean, definitely recently, me and John played Undertale, and while...
There we go.
I mean, okay. How to say some of this without spoiling things for people.
Yeah, because is Undertale. I keep calling it Endertale for some reason. Is still pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, not fresh anymore.
There are different endings you can get, different ending scenarios, different ending bosses. And they all scare the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, me and John only played the neutral run. And the last boss you fight, he basically just, through the whole game, you can mercy peel. Like, you don't have to kill anybody in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So you can mercy them, like, spare them. And then at the end, and you do that throughout the whole game. And then at the ending, one of the last bosses just destroys your mercy box. So it's like, you now no longer, like, and he does it in a very scary way. So it's like, oh, the thing you've been doing to survive this entire time, you can't do it no more. Good fucking luck. It's like, oh my god, no, stop.
No more.
And in different other versions, you know, the other final bosses are also, like, just terrifying.
To say the least. I mean...
To say the very least.
And that game is full of characters that you just immediately fall in love with. Because they're just so quirky and adorable.
Yeah.
That's something I have to play.
Yeah. Definitely, I think, spoke to me the most.
Gotta say, I am a Sans kind of guy.
You know, Sans was my favorite too. But watching Dodger play the Genocide run, Undyne's character comes out so much more.
Yeah, yeah.
And because of that, I love her so much more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, go figure. I mean...
Yeah, no, I definitely would recommend anybody play it. And if you can't, you know, beat it, like, I understand, me and John tried, it's fucking hard.
I don't have any items for fucking healing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, try to play it. But if you can't, like us...
Just watch someone play it. It's the same. You get the same experience.
You'll get the experience.
Yeah.
So, I mean... Alright, there we go. That was going to be one of my next questions. Moments that hit you like a brick. I mean, we've kind of already covered that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of them.
I mean, the ending of Final Fantasy X. Undertale.
I would
Majora's Mask.
say,
As a kid, that was the biggest thing for me.
yeah.
Mask.
There was I think
That
just
game.
meeting Skull Kid was terrifying enough.
Yeah, but like the whole, God, the ending.
Yeah.
Game.
Andrew and Cafe, that was the worst. But like not the worst because it was bad, just the worst because I was sad.
Well, honestly, Anjum Cafe was, yes, I agree. But I think for me it was Romani and
Crimea.
Crimea.
Yeah.
Because at the end she's trying to, console her sister. Like, it's okay, everything's gonna be fine. Let me shield you from this.
Well, she also bought the milk that would make her fall asleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she wouldn't have to.
No,
see
exactly. Exactly. And I think that always hit me a little hard.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just like, oh God, I can turn back time, but you can't.
Yeah, I mean,
Link's just like,
bye.
I would say for me, I mean, I had a big attachment to Alex from Half-Life 2.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more than Gordon, because she talked, which was nice.
She spoke.
And I mean, Valve, for one thing, in the Source engine, their facial animations, I don't think have yet to be really beaten. Maybe in LA Noire, but like
LA Noire, Witcher did pretty good recently.
Yeah. I mean, but like they really like were way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, at the time.
She just felt so real to me because like she was well written, she was well acted and well modeled and everything like that. And I think that scene at the end where like you're in the core and it just fucking blows up and it's like, are we dead? And then time stops and then a G-Man's like, yeah, you're
it's
not
like,
dead. It's cool.
Nope, we're just gonna pluck you out of this moment. Thank you for playing.
Yeah, basically is what he said. But more so, I think at the end of Half-Life 2, Episode 2, which I'm going to ruin the ending, so if you don't want to know.
It's been years.
It's been years. I don't fucking care. You successfully launch a rocket into space, which sets up, I think, some kind of satellite or something like that. I forget. But you win. It's this really hard mission, and you do it, and then this friggin' hunter drone comes in that these things have been plaguing you the whole game, and it straight up fucking murders her father right in front of the two of you. And there is nothing you can do about it. He has you pinned to the wall, dog is down, Alex is pinned. You can do nothing. You just watch him die. And then watch Alex scream for her father's death. And then the game ends. And that's why we want Half-Life 3 so bad.
That's why we wanted Half-Life Episode 3 or Half-Life... Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3, because...
Count to 3. So.
They dropped...
Leave it like that.
That is how they dropped the story. And that was after one really hard and crazy fought mission.
Yeah, I don't think...
You have little outposts, you gotta launch these bombs with the gravity gun at the, the walker drones to kill them. And then, I'm like, okay, here comes... One's incoming. I'm driving back the outpost. Suddenly the thing's low to the ground, like, strafing, and it just boom, blows the outpost up. Like... And then to end all of that, like, they really build you up with that mission and then end all of it with, Eli's death. That's...
It just, I mean...
To literally end it all, because there hasn't been anything else in the series. Thank you, Valve.
All there is, lost your go home, folks.
Yeah, it was just, I mean... And I think that's the worst thing, is, like, there's nothing after that. Like, at least at the end of, I'm trying to think of, like, another tragic ending. Like, I guess maybe even Final Fantasy X, Titus goes away, and so does Auron.
But the world is going to go on. There's
the
more...
world goes on. Yuna's, like, has a life after that, and she becomes a pop star, which is really great. But
shit, there's 10 too, and
like, life moves on. With this game, like, life stopped there. Like, it's stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
That's like where my brain goes when I think of Half-Life, and I'm just like, okay. The other weird one that I wanted to mention was from a game I don't even like that much. Freaking Impa from Skyward Sword. Zelda.
Skyward Sword. Okay.
For one thing, she looks probably cooler than she ever has. She's like really slender and looks really like a ninja. It was pretty cool. But there's this one part.
You didn't like pointy polygonal boobs? in Ocarina?
Shockingly, no.
The Lara Croft effect.
Yeah. But like,
It was a little more extreme.
there's this one point because they really play up Link and Zelda's emotional relationship in that game a lot more than they ever have. Like they grew up together. You know, she thinks he's cute and he thinks she's pretty, but oh god, they won't say anything about it. But like, there's this one point where Impa's like, "Dude, you fucked up. Like, you were too slow. You were too late. You couldn't protect her." And she gets trapped in a crystal right in front of you. I was just like, that's the first time Impa's ever told me I wasn't good enough. That's the first time anyone in the video games ever told me I wasn't good enough.
Yep.
And it wasn't some douchehead kid on the internet who somehow slept with my mother. I don't know how that worked, but
somehow.
But like, that was just like, oh my god.
But unlike the douchebag kids on the internet, I'm sure Impa actually did sleep with your mother, so.
Probably.
Very likely.
But like, that was just like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll just go on my own then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got this handled.
But yeah, those are like some weird ones that like, because you wouldn't think like, oh, Impa, cool. What? But and then of course, I mean, the relationships in Shovel Knight were adorable.
Those were adorable. But I guess to go to characters that gave me a real I forgot what I was gonna say. A real field train, I guess. I mean, being we're on that. Yeah, we're going with that. Field train, Mass Effect.
I never played those.
There's a fucking... I mean, that's just the whole storytelling experience is, you know, an emotional investment. And, like, playing it, like, I could, definitely see how you can get emotionally attached to your character or to characters in that game. But, I mean, I wrote this down as an example, but I kind of half want to take it back because it wasn't any real character. It was just the whole fucking story I was attached to.
I mean, that's fair, I think.
Yeah, I guess it's fair. I don't know.
The story kind of is a character into itself.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite story on the Citadel.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Paragon for life!
So I would be remiss to not mention Assassin's Creed. Because while, Lara Croft and Link were the ones, the characters that made the most impact on my, childhood, young adulthood, Assassin's Creed was what brought me back to video games. It was why I had a console in college. It was, I played it when I should have been doing homework, sort of thing. And I hadn't done that since junior high school. I hadn't played that many video games in college. So Assassin's Creed brought me back, and it was the story. I played it for the story. Let's say it. The first one's gameplay, the gameplay was good, but it was repetitive and the game got boring. But every time I got a cutscene, I'm like, oh yes!
There's only so many times you can block, counter kill, block, counter kill, block, counter kill.
Oh, it wasn't even that. It was the missions that were repetitive.
Well, that too,
I could block, counter kill forever. You don't even know.
As long as it's, If
it's Batman, I'll do it.
All right, yeah, I'll go with that.
Batman, but not Arkham Knight, I'll do it.
Those were the games that made me flip. I literally flipped the table. At the ending of 3, I literally flipped my table.
What was it about the ending of 3?
No crucial impact on me. This is great.
What about 3 at the end made you flip the table? It was pretty mellow at the end.
Huh?
It was pretty mellow at the end, no?
No. I mean, it's okay. It's a pretty old game, so I can say it. Desmond dies at the end.
Oh, well, yeah. But I don't care about him.
And I was waiting. Shut up. But Desmond was one of those characters where I liked him the least. And then by the end, he's changed and grown so much that I'm like, holy crap, don't you dare die on me.
Well, that was their whole point. I mean...
See,
it was done brilliant. He was a little shitlord from the first 2. And then by the end of the 3rd, I'm like, no, Desmond, stop!
he was a shitlord in the first. I mean, you know, he was that punk grabbed off the street, forced into this whole thing. I mean, if you were grabbed off the street by some mysterious corporation and forced into a machine to relive, you know, an ancestor's life, wouldn't you be a bit of a shitlord?
Yes, you would also be a shitlord.
You were just kidnapped.
Yeah. That's kind of through the whole thing where I, like, subconsciously connected with Desmond, where it was just, like, being, you know, the little bit of that rejecting of being forced into something. Being, like, a little baby about it.
All right, I guess I got
But still doing it.
But still doing it.
And then by the end, I was like, oh, this whole time I actually connected to Desmond.
See, I felt more connected to Connor, I think.
No, I agree. Me too.
Because, like, the tragedy with him was he was fighting a losing battle.
Yeah.
No matter what he did. You know, we know how it went down with the Native Americans, so.
Yeah.
You know, hey, sorry, kid, history.
Yeah, sorry, kid, history, and we want to keep it as historically accurate as we can.
You're gonna get royally screwed over.
I mean, yeah, I remember the ending of 2 had, you know, that was definitely a what the fuck moment for me.
And honestly, what kept me going in the series was the ending of the first one, where it was like you played this whole game, and then at the end there was like this, you know, map, and it's like promise of like alien shit, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Could you explain that maybe? No, you're not gonna explain it? Okay, all right. Mm-hmm.
That hooked me because it's like, all right, you're going around, you know, Second Crusade, Middle East, killing people, or Third Crusade, one of the Crusades, you know, taking out higher ups in, like, you know, the Saracen army, in the Christian armies and all that stuff, and you're eliminating, you know, people who, if you look at it, they deserve to be eliminated. You know, the one doctor who's experimenting on his patients and stuff, but not doing it in a really fun way. And again, medicine
really fucked up way. That was a disturbing one.
Medicine in the 12th century wasn't exactly, you know, peaches and rainbows.
Not great.
But
I think if we cut the limb off, it'll stop bleeding so much.
Yeah, that's the medical technology you're working with there. But yeah, then it's like your mentor betrays you, uses this object that can now mind control people, and suddenly there's a map, and it's like, yeah, there might be aliens involved. Like,
well, not aliens, but
yeah. That was and then you play through 2. You know, Ezio's tragic story. You know, his family murdered and all that stuff. Story for Vengeance culminates, you know, you finish the game, the last mission, like, what is it, 15, 20 years later? You know, the guy you've been hunting is now the fucking Pope.
Yep, that was my favorite thing.
And it's like,
you had a fist fight with the fucking Pope. That was my favorite thing.
It's like, and then you find out, it's like, hey, you know this artifact you've been hunting that can mind control people? Guess what? The Pope's staff is another one.
Yeah, there are more than one.
And then you get down in there, it's like, okay, what the hell is this? Oh, great, it's a hologram. I'm in the 15th century. I don't know what a hologram is.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you know, you're reliving this memory, and whichever one that was, Minerva, Juno, whoever the fuck it was.
I think that one was Minerva.
Just looks, you know, at the camera and is like, you must stop this from happening, Desmond. It's like...
Yeah, no, that was one where it was like, yeah, that was like... Makes me similar feeling to like the Big Daddies and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, your heart stops. You're like, what?
Yeah, and then Ezio, like, who the hell is Desmond? Like,
and I'm like, I know who Desmond is.
I'm Desmond.
Now there's a mind fuck right there.
And and Ezio is also another one where it ends up being, not that he ends up having a great life in the end, unlike, you know, some of the other characters.
Mm-hmm.
But Ezio gets this part where he's like, I've been driving myself crazy trying to figure out who Desmond is, and I've come to the realization I'm never gonna know. And he never does figure it. I mean, obviously
he'll never figure it out because Desmond won't be born for 500 years.
But that part of his story was just like, oh, I'm so sad now. He resigned to the fact he would never know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's realistic of him.
I know, but it's just like, old Ezio was my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, he got sassy.
So
then again, he was a 16 or whatever Italian man.
Yeah, 15.
15-something.
Hundreds.
This is before they used to forget about it.
Well before that.
So that would have been funny. Assassin's Creed, forget about it.
Forget about it.
All right, so we can thank that game for getting Chrissy down there back into games.
Yes.
I also want to give a lovely shout out to another couple of Zelda characters that I just thought of. Errol and the grandma from the Wind Waker.
Oh, the grandma!
Grandma breaks my heart. She makes me
Grandma!
She's like literally worried sick about you.
Yeah.
You need to give her a fairy, and she's like, "I can't help it. I'll make you soup." I was like, "Yeah, you will, Grandma."
Yeah, I'll make you
That's what
soup,
grandmas
Grandma.
do. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and you got this little sister for once, and like Link actually has like a fucking family, which is like cool. And then it's like, oh man, I have a family. One of them's gone.
Great.
Fuck. And then, you get all the way to the fortress and you get to the cage and you're like, I'm going to save my sister. I can't save my sister. This bird's carrying me away. And then you got to wait the whole game, come back with a hammer, kill the bird, then save your sister, kinda.
Ish.
It's like, it was a much better motivation for a quest, I think, that Link actually had like some personal involvement in. And therefore, we as the players had some personal involvement in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, you need to save your sister. Like, it's not just like, so Link, the world is ending. Could you clear out your schedule for next week and, pencil us in? Yeah, sure.
Did you relive the same weekend 1,000 times until you save the world? Thanks.
I mean, again, like, it wasn't something... and the distinction I'm only making is, like, he wasn't thrust into this role of the hero so much as, like... I mean, he was in the Wind Waker.
Save his sister.
Like, I have to save my sister.
Yeah, his initial...
That was really all it ever was.
His initial motivation was save his sister. I mean, look at A Link to the Past. His initial motivation for the first 2 minutes of the game was, go see why your uncle hasn't returned. It's raining
Where's
out.
my uncle?
And then all of a sudden,
Take the sword.
now you gotta go save the princess and the world.
Right.
And then Ocarina of Time. You gotta go save the princess and the world.
Like, yeah, it's someone you don't know, and it's just like...
Twilight Princess. You gotta go save the princess and the world. Yeah, and the princesses.
Right. I mean, and I think that's why they really stuck out. Because, like, Link had his uncle, yes, but, like, he was in one scene, and then the credits.
Yeah.
At least in the Wind Waker, like, your grandma was always there. She never left. If you wanted to go home and visit grandma and get some soup, you could do that. You should. The soup is amazing.
Yep.
But, like, that felt better because, like, Link had a home. He had a family to go home to and say, like, I need a break, grandma. I need soup. Fucking give me soup.
Gimme
That
soup.
woman just literally sat home and cooked soup all day. She is literally my grandmother.
The eternal pot of soup.
Like, without the trips to Pennsylvania so much, but, and Maryland and California and Florida. Whatever. But...
Your grandma's a busy lady.
Busy lady.
Yeah.
So, my final question for all this. This is one I'm actually curious about. A character that is beloved that you think is overrated.
Aerith.
Yeah.
No, wait, I know I have another one.
Overrated but beloved. I mean, honestly, I never got the whole Cloud thing.
I was actually just gonna say the same.
Like, he's cool and all, but like,
everyone puts him on this crazy.
Should correct this, yeah, because in 7 he was a snarky douche, and then like in Advent Children he was a brooding asshat because Aerith died. Which I get, but like that just made it worse, and then they stuck with it.
Yep.
Like as his characterization, like so dark trench coats. So yeah, I mean, he's got a cool design. He's got a cool ass sword. I mean, I think he's cool, but I don't think he's that great of a person. So Cloud's definitely one of them who's like way overrated.
I was gonna go with Master Chief.
Yeah.
I've always loved Master Chief.
And you know what?
I agree he's overrated, but I've always loved him.
I've liked him too, but I mean, he has lines. He's not Gordon Freeman.
Yeah.
Like, he speaks. But Master Chief is like the generic action, I guess you could say, soldier in the middle of a vastly superior plot with, setting and definitely music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, you're not playing that game for Master Chief. You're playing it for, the story and combat, mechanics that are actually entertaining.
I don't know. I think Master Chief, very similar to Samus, spoke more through what they did than ever speaking.
But he did speak, and that's the problem.
Yes.
I
guess it's...
he just had "I'm a soldier," generic orders lines, blah blah blah. Yes, sir. He didn't need to talk. I mean, I think towards the end, where him and Cortana had a developing relationship,
Yeah.
I think it got more interesting then.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of watched some of 4 and what happens in 5, and then it's cool because he has a person to kind of bounce things off of.
Right, they went more into that, and that is one reason why I like the later Halos more than the earlier ones. But, Halo 1, you were just a generic super soldier.
Right.
And even somewhat of 2.
I mean, and then another one, and I know I'm going to catch all the fanboy rage for this, but
Ooh, I like it. Go for it.
Maybe some of the
I
same
have
girl.
to say Sonic, because when we were kids, he was decent.
Running around at the speed.
This is pre butt rock. Sonic.
Butt rock.
All right.
God.
This is Saturday morning cartoons stay in school, brush your teeth, I'm gonna run around.
Look,
All right, Sonic, we're into that.
I'm gonna run around, eat chili dogs.
You got it, Urkel. Whatever you want me to do.
That's right.
Urkel.
That's right.
And that was fine. And Sonic's 1 through 3 were fine, but he just turned into this fucking mess. He literally turned into DeviantArt at some points, and that I understand nostalgia and everything like that, but his crown is tarnished at this point.
I mean, I agree. And they keep tarnishing it. The more
and they just keep
the more it
slinging
goes
to
forward,
the
they keep doing it.
Look, Sonic Generations is great. They really brought him back up to a great spot, and then they just pushed him right back down again.
Immediately shit on him.
Immediately put him in the toilet again.
Arise to this higher station. Yeah, I've just fucking waited.
And down you go.
I'm the girl.
I'm the girl. That's literally Amy's personality is girl.
Yeah.
Teenage girl.
I would also say, friggin' Navi. People seem to really love to hate. It's kind of the opposite. Everyone just loves to hate Navi. But it's oh, Navi, you're so... she's literally just a game mechanic, guys. Just fucking get over it. She doesn't...
Hey, listen.
She's the targeting cursor. They just didn't want to put it in...
Hey.
Literally, she's a targeting computer. That's all she was ever there for.
She's the targeting computer and the in-game hint system.
The hint system. They were scared you were going to be stupid. Granted, which
we were.
Link ended up looking for her in Majora's Mask, which was what led him down the rabbit hole in the first place, but hey, whatever.
Which was another thing.
That was sad.
Made me sad.
Yeah.
That Majora's Mask
my
is
old
just
friend.
It's a string of things that made me sad.
It was dark.
That's
it was very dark. And I played, we were young when we played that.
See, I don't know.
When it first came out.
Yeah.
It scared me.
Same. Scared the crap out of me. But,
yeah.
That's a psychologist who wants to teach people a lesson sees, hey, this Ocarina of Time is a great game. Make it again, look slightly different, but allow me to write the story to fuck with everybody.
I mean, the Mask Salesman alone.
I mean, the game seemed like it was a social experiment more than a game.
In ways it was, yeah.
Mm.
I'm trying to think of any other really Oh, obviously Lucas and Klaus were. Well, no, I'm only kidding.
What?
No, I was only kidding. They're way overrated. No, I actually love them, and I want them to be in America one day. They might be soon. I'm trying to think of any other
really overrated ones that I was trying to churn through.
It's a lot of it's from JRPGs and shit. That's the only thing. It's I don't want to
Yeah, and don't worry about
harp on them too much, because like it's a lot of nonsense that goes on in Japanese RPGs, because it's just like, oh my god, feelings and friendship, and perhaps one day we'll make love, but I'm too young for that because I'm 12. What the fuck is this? Why did you write this? Who wrote this? Who? And why?
And also who translated it.
Fucking, yeah.
That is the other issue. Who translated it?
What the lack of dignity to voice act this in English and then Japanese. Like, who?
I mean, I could tell you a lot of, certain games can do with a repass over like when they remade the first 2 Star Oceans for the PSP, they gave it a fresh pass at translation. Like they retranslated the games while providing full voiceovers for them. And they made a hell of a lot more sense. Trust me, Star Ocean 2 made a fuck ton more sense for the PSP.
I mean, yeah.
Like, yeah. Grammatical errors aside, because there were a lot of them. But, just clarifying the language and the way certain things were said. Much more sense.
I mean, there's like one more I can maybe think of. And that's like Kratos from God of War. He's just got like one emotion, angry.
Well.
So he's kind of like
warranted.
But like people don't really rant about him too much. But like him and like, I mean, to a lesser extent, Dante and Virgil from Devil May Cry, like they're pretty one-dimensional, like cocky asshole. But I'm the cocky asshole brother who struts less and sneers more.
That's true.
Sneers more and struts less.
Perfectly.
Yeah, I mean,
really does.
They're boring. Like they're cool, they're flashy, but like again, they got the cloud thing going on. Like they got one shtick, and it's not amazing.
That's their shtick, and they're sticking to it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think that's really all I can think of at this point.
All right.
Overblown.
That's good for me. If there anything else you guys want to talk about, because I mean,
if I just as an overarching thing, Mother 3 is the feelsiest game on the planet, or Earthbound 3 in America. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be Earthbound 2?
Yeah.
Earthbound is Mother 2. Mother 3 would be Earthbound 2?
I don't remember.
But they re-released it in America as Earthbound 2, I think.
What?
On the Virtual Console, like they released Earthbound 1 and Earthbound 2. Yeah, I think so.
Ow.
So this should be 3. Because America skipped 1 for the NES, that's the only thing. But, yeah, that's the only other thing I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
Totally. And I, God, when did I play Metroid Prime? I guess I played that in middle school.
Metroid Prime, yeah.
Yeah, that was another. Samus didn't say a goddamn thing, and I connected with her so hard.
You should play Zero Mission.
Ooh, yeah.
Or not Zero Mission, friggin' Fusion. Be scared of your own self.
Yeah. Metroid Prime was good. All right, then. So I guess that is our show. John, where can the people find you?
You can find me at No More on Twitter, ranting about characters I hate.
There you go. Chrissy, how about you?
You can find me at Cleomoto on Twitter and Twitch. Where on Twitter I've started posting pictures of cosplay pieces that I'm in the middle of making. See if you can guess what they are. No one's done it yet.
All right, I'll try to guess later. You can find me on Twitter at Thilladrin, right there, also Twitch. You can find all of us on twitch.tv/SeriousGents every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Topics vary wildly. I don't even know what next week's topic is.
I think we are doing video game rumors.
Rumors.
From the old days.
Right, rumors from the old days. That was it. Like, secrets and, things that were unconfirmed.
You can find the ghost of Luigi in a headstone now.
Yeah, right, exactly. You could find the VODs for these on youtube.com/ASOTV Podcast, along with a fuck ton of other things for a lot of TV shows.
Stuff and things.
Do
you like superhero shows? We do them all. Like
Legends of Tomorrow is fucking awesome.
Literally, we do them all.
I gotta watch them.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good as hell.
Thanks for watching, everyone. 4 words escape me.